It's the Cable MTG Gathering Show.
How do we feel about this Magic pack? We got a show and tell. We got a fractured identity. Let's take the fractured. We were just doing a cheat 'em out style deck. Do something a little different here. It's probably fetch or triumph, if not fractured. Oh, I would take the show and tell. That's why I said show and tell. What's our favorite card game? Cascade. Cascade is about Magic the Gathering. Oh, man. I like a Sunfall, but I'm not going to take it over as a Saga. Bummer that we have to pass Retrofitter for the Saga, because they play so well together. And now that we are Sagging, I think we're... Yeah, these control cards, I mean, these blue and white cards are not very control-aim. Let's grab this Grim Monolith. And now we're on the full artifact train. Well burninated there, fluffy face. One Thopter Foundry. Yeah, you're fine, Georgism. The draft chatter is always okay. It's never in the realm of back seating. Yeah, I would expect that my win rate with show and tell is a little bit higher than most folks too. And the fail rate of casting it and losing is way lower when it's funny and you're making content. I really like Carnage Interpreter in these artifact decks, but I think our colors are like kind of set at this point. That early Fracture Identity just put me in that range. Have I played with Fantastic yet? I have not. Show is really good when you're putting an Archon into play. There's just like almost nothing in the cube that they can put in that they're going to be winning the game. I'm going to grab Portal. We don't have a Tinker yet, but sometimes Portal works in non-Tinker decks too. The most important card here for our deck is that Shurikai, which does wheel a lot. Yeah, give me the Shurikai. The one thing I dislike about drafting artifacts is that Chromox is bad, and I love a Chromox. Then we'll get an Opal later. I'm pretty low on Palantir, but if you do get Workshop, it becomes quite good. If you can play it on turn 1, it's good. If you play it on turn 3, it's kind of shit. Is how I feel about Palantir. The first turn you play it, it's like a preordain with Suspend, right? Which is just not a not a turn 3 play. I do like a Staff of the Storyteller. We have a couple of tokeny things here. Yeah, give me the Staff. So if you end up with Balance and Tinker, the Mystical Tutor becomes quite good. Currently, we have neither of those, so I'm just going to take our on-color Talisman and be happy. If I'd grabbed the Portal, I'd be a little bit more tempted by this Welder. I think I'm just going to take the Battlesphere. I am happy, though. Of course I'm happy. Mostly due to the debilitating brain clot that's pressing down on my prefrontal cortex. Happiness is the only emotion that I can feel. There was some TV show, was it Alec McBeal or something? Some TV show from the early 2000s or late 90s or something, where that was a plot point, where there was a guy that was like, could only be happy, and he stopped fighting with his wife, and like his whole life got better. And then the doctor was like, You are going to die if we don't remove this. And they removed it to save his life, and then he was like an angry old man again. Makes you think. Little Emery action, maybe? Little Emery action. Oh, okay. House? I don't think it was House, because I never saw House. Then House might have had the literal same plot line. It could have been Grey's Anatomy. My sister watched Grey's Anatomy. Hey, we got that Emily raid. How was Marvel the Gathering? Was it everything you'd hoped? I thought about fucking co-streaming that, and then I watched a little bit, and there was just like one person like, I made a giant thing, and the person's like, yep, you win. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do anything else but watch this. How about that? Yeah, the rat's tempting. I like an oust. Probably supposed to grab this Mightstone, Weakstone thing. Whatever. Yeah, there's like important cards that you get excited about, and there's other cards where you're just like, sure, I'll take it. Why not? So currently, that Lava Spur Boots is not very good. Maybe we tinkered up a Blightsteel. I guess it's good with Cannoneer. It is a grabbable with Saga. Yeah, we should take the Boots because we have Saga. They had a Bant Sphinx's Rev deck in Modern. That's wild. Do I play Pokemon Champions between rounds? I do not. No between rounds of what I'm doing. Just some Magic. I see your name's Siege Rhino. I played a flashback tournament last weekend. For the Koi Initiative. It was a charity event. We raised like $3.5 grand. It was pretty sick. But the point being, our standard seat was playing so many Siege Rhinos. It was a beauty to see. We were all playing like 2015 Magic. I was in the Modern seat. So I was like snapcasting Matt Colgan's commands and stuff. Thought scouring out some turn 2 Gourmet Anglers. That was a good time. Yeah, what a great tournament. So the Displacer Kitten is tempting because we do have the Coveted Jewel. That is a thing we could combine. Even with the Coveted Jewel, though, and Mightstone and Weakstone as a backup, I think I'd rather take the Tameo. Love a Tameo. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Georgism, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 10 months. Bring back Delvin Dredge to standard. Yeah. I kind of like those limited formats, too. Well, we got a Thopter Foundry, sort of the meek deal. Still don't have a Workshops or an Academy, which is making that Basalt Monolith not look very good. You could probably try to wield the Sword of the Meek. Nobody else wants it, right? But I don't think a Seachrome Coast is that important with what we got going on. We'll just wheel a Nettle Cyst instead. Hey, good night, Emily. Have a Brainstorm. Oh, for flipping Tameo. I like where your head's at. And then the Saga is a shuffle effect, and Emery can be used as a shuffle effect. And there's the Academy. Now our Candelabra makes sense. Fuck yeah. Ooh, my lunch is almost here. Yeah, this deck does get a lot better, huh? That Academy showing up. Thopter Sword, like, much better. The Candelabra Upheaval looking really good. I don't think we're going to get Tinker. I'm just going to cut that Colossus. Retrofitter was in the same pack as Urza's Saga. So we know that we're not going to get a Retrofitter. Urza is live, yeah. Urza and Workshops are probably the two most premium cards we might get. Maybe a Mox Opal. Mox Opal can go late. Throw a little Sink into Stupor into the mana base. Doodle-doodle-doo. Acacia Strain, all that remains. Let's play an Opeth track. And there's the Urza. If we'd gone with the Welder plan, Surveillance Cam would have been exciting. Yeah, Urza could actually go infinite with Thopter Foundry. All my food's outside. So No More Lies is solid, but I'm going to grab the Karn here. Karn playing pretty well with Lava Spur Boots. Just launching in some Karn Strucks at him. Looking at the Winds of Abandon, looking at this Soul Guide Lantern, trying to think which is more important. Currently, we only have the one Sweeper, and Winds can kind of act like that, especially if you have a lot of mana handy. And then it's just like a good piece of early interaction. I think Winds is more important. I do like that Lantern's tutorable with Saga, and you can like loop it with Emery and draw cards. I'm going to take the Winds. Shadow Spear's gotten a lot better. It's a really good card for the Saga, but then it's also good with these Karn Strucks. Kappa Cannoneer. Shadow Spear and a Kappa Cannoneer just ends games. The Cat did wheel. If we were doing Welder's stuff, I would have been excited about that Haste Land. So we have Displacer Kit and Coveted Jewel in the board. We could become more combo-y if we want. I don't think I want. Yeah, Nettle Cyst is pretty good with these equipments. Do I want it over a Seachrome Coast? The Nettle Cyst has to replace something, whereas the Seachrome Coast would be replacing a land. Yeah, I think that's a close pick. I think I like all my cards. I'm going to take the Seachrome. So the Stoneforge Mystic does tutor for Sword of the Meek. I think that's really interesting. Prismatic could be a good sideboard card. An excellent heuristic. Oh, the do I want to replace a land or do I want to replace a spell in my deck? Yeah, useful when you're at the end of the draft like that. And then something to start thinking about when you're going into pack 3. Good to keep an eye at your playable count and think about, like, what do I need more? Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with running Stoneforge Mystic. I could see you treating it as a sideboard card if you ever want. Like, say, the Lion Sash. Then you bring the Stoneforge Mystic in, and then it's got a lot of other good stuff to do with the Sword of the Meek and the Boots and Shadow Spear to grab up. It's possible Stoneforge Mystic is actually better than Emery in this deck. I think it is better than Emery. I like Emery a lot when I've got artifacts that naturally cantrip, like you sack them to draw a card, and then you get a little draw engine with the Emery. This deck's not really doing that, though. We passed a couple. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Christ Stopper, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 36 months. Happy 3 years! Big cheers. Shops didn't wheel. Was Shops in the Academy deck? That's the only that's the only pack I wasn't really paying attention to. So we passed a Retrofitter in pack 1 when we grabbed the Urza Saga. So there's a good chance that somebody to the left of me was trying to do artifact stuff and having a rough time of it. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom and grab my lunch. I'll be back in a few minutes. Gonna jam a 3-minute ad break, and then I'll turn off ads for the next hour. See you all soon. All right. Oh, I said there's no power metal on this playlist. I lied. We got some fucking dinosaur power metal. I had my midstream poop. I got my midstream meal. Very mid this stream. Got my negative $6 broccoli there. Got a tiny dog begging for a fry. Oh my god, I dropped a fry. The dog got it. Rewarded. Always rewarded. Was the poop nice and solid? It was an excellent poop. That looks good. I remember when this album came out. What's today's lunch? I got a grilled chicken Sammy, a small fry, some negative $6 broccoli, and a Coke Zero. Don't mind waiting for my opponent here while I stuff my fucking face. You agreed to boom? This is New in Flames. Alright, you fucking sandwich. Oh, man. Oh, dear. Oh, they mulled the 5 on the play and don't have a land? Okay. They have a counter for this. I bet they have a 4-drop and they're just like hoping to hit and still have a busted turn 2. Oh my. Yeah, I can't help but wish they'd waited a turn or 2 to hit. Give me a little bit of time. Our hand over here is pretty good. We have Grim Monolith. They can be untapped with the Manifold Key. Oh, if they just brick on lands, they'll only have like a single 3/3. There's that to consider. Got me. Hurlian says, Caleb, I just finished my board exams and I am dead. Thanks for streaming. You're very welcome. And congrats on finishing your board exams. I hope we get some more interesting exams next time. So you get Monolith Manifold Key here and have a bunch of mana, but we don't really have much to do with that mana. I'm just going to pass Hold Up Leak. If they don't play something leakable, we'll just crack our Clue token. Oh shit, what up? What's up, Viral Drake? Thanks for the sub and the 21 months. Well, my tum-tum is happy. Unseasoned broccoli. I guess the price was right. Didn't quite have the mana to equip the construct and clear the Nissa. Close, though. Why was it negative $6? The broccoli? DoorDash does these things where it's like, what I had was spend $2 more to get $10 off. I was like, all right. So I bought a $4 broccoli. Ridiculous, of course. Yeah, I was planning on just activating the key so they couldn't block and putting boots on and clearing the Nissa that way, but I think with a Stoneforge Mystic Rip, yeah, that card really opened things up for me. I kind of like Umezawa's. I don't know if I like it enough to add it though. My cards are too pretty. Or maybe cut Mana Leak for it on the draw. Nah. They're just always gonna have that Black Lotus, aren't they? Yeah, turn 1 cat card is pretty good. Well, that's cool. I put the entire High on Fire Death is This Communion album on this playlist. And that would have been back before I knew who High on Fire was. This playlist is pretty old. I think I'm just dead here. Lion Sash is in the sideboard. I have 3 equipments in the main deck: the boots, the spear, and the Sword of the Meek. I was thinking about bringing in Umezawa's, but decided not to. Yeah, my sweepers are all like a little on the expensive side, right? It's Upheaval, Sunfall, Winds. Might need a hand with Academy or Grim Monolith against my Black Lotus opponent. I think a Magic artist did the art for this this album. Eric Roper. I think I follow them. The cover of Sleep. Drew 11 Magic cards. So this hand's not as bad as it looks. You got the turn 1 Brainstorm and the turn 2 Stoneforge to shuffle probably the Battlesphere away. And then there's the Sunfall. I think I'd rather mulligan and find an opener that just like has the Grim Monolith or the Academy though than like see a couple of extra cards towards it. Fuck. Very similar to the hand we just lost with. Cool. The question about this hand is which clunky card do you put back? The Winds or the Karn? Karn did win me the game I won against them. But Saga's kind of already doing the Karn thing. We'll see. And then next turn we gotta decide if we're gonna set up to activate Saga or just play Karn turn 3. And then activate Saga the turn after. Yep. Why mulligan? Just always have it. Wish I had my wins back, predictably. Yeah, I feel like their turn 1 was better than mine. They got turn 2 Nissa here. Gonna see what the Lilia hits first. Forest. One of them regretting their passage. Can we get a Northwest Passage spoof about Multiversal Passage? Doesn't seem good enough, does it? Turn 3 kill through a blocker. Beautiful little curve there. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should have mulled further game 3. I maybe should have mulled harder game 2, though. Again, looking for a Grim Monolith or Academy start. My opener was like just fine. Excited to see if this Academy does anything for me. Fuck. Generous Plunder is so good against my specific brand of nonsense here. Maybe I can block it, the plunder. The issue here being that we can't equip. Can't quite equip. So we can block the plunder, but we can't kill it. Yeah, 2 drops hitting for 6 a turn. Pretty wild. Next turn, we're going to have to decide if we want to, like, leave Tameo back or attack for that sweet, sweet clue. Have you always thought the Plunder was a goblin? Plunder should be a goblin. I guess that makes things a little easier. So I want to pay a couple of equip costs. That's going to cost 4 mana. I think I can crack this clue. That's what I think. I'll take the Tameo while I'm thinking about it. If this brainstorm can find Thopter Foundry, we'll have infinite Thopters and we'll be infinite life, infinite mana. We'll be able to play our deck if we want. We'll see. Oh, haven't seen this in a minute. All right, so I'm going to hold down W, which is my auto tab. Click on the Urza. Tap the Sword of the Meek. We're going to always yes, always yield, always yield. And then we'll do it again. Click Urza, and click Sword, click Thopter Foundry, click Sword. Stack triggers. The triggers auto resolve. Whee! Very annoying that we have that staff in play. So I have to stack the triggers each time. And then you see I could tap these Thopter Foundry, or these Thopter tokens for mana in each loop too. So each loop does generate a mana or a blocker, depending on what you want. How much do I want to do this? This is pretty good. Pretty winning board, I think. I was just going to give Urza a spin. We know the top 2 cards are lands. I was going to pass the turn there. Well, equip the Construct with the Shadow Spear, but pretty much done. That's what the opponent was waiting on. Oh, an answer to the thing. Yeah, so we would attack, and they could deal a bunch of damage, but we weren't in danger of dying to it. Because we weren't at 0 before we started Thopter Foundrying. So they attack, you take the damage, you go down to 7 or whatever it is, and then you gain infinite life again before damage is dealt. Weird little prog band here. I think the Umezawa's is really supposed to be in. This is like one more answer. Okay, I'll do that. It's so epic and discordant at the same time. I really like that part where the violin's pushing the melody, pushing the tempo. Something I really dig about prog is the like wide variety of vocal styles, often in the same track. Bass player just having the time of his fucking life there. I'm just gonna wins that blunder. Just like, yep, here you go. Have a nice fucking rest of the game. You have extra land. I've got an ISIS track on this playlist. I don't remember listening to ISIS very much. I think their singer is the new singer for Neurosis, who I am seeing next week. Angie's Ravager and Night's Whisper. It doesn't seem like a combo to me. Like auto-yielding turtle trigger. If we can get the lifelink equipment for this turtle, we'll be sitting pretty. Oh shit, what up? Hey, HS Answer, thanks for the sub, thanks for 15 months. Aaron Turner, that's the name, yeah. You want to have a turtle off, I see. Watch out, that giant cannon turtle's got a sword! Fair enough. So they're at 2 life, and they have a Dark Confidant to play. We have a Sunfall. I think I'm just gonna pass the turn. Go, Bob, go, go, go. I win! Welcome to your Sorceress Duel. You survey your opening hands, your spells, your tools for the upcoming fight. Are these good enough? It's borderline, right? Even though it's a 2-lander, I think I prefer it on the play, because you run out the staff, and then you hold up Leak and activate staff to hit your land drop and stuff. I think the play pattern works better on the play. I like this hand better. My Urza's Saga draws got dog walked earlier against the person who had Black Lotus 3 games in a row. But that already hasn't happened, right? If the opponent's relying on counter magic to slow me down, then this Urza Saga might really throw a wrench in their plans. Or some other artifact. Containment Priest. Okay. If they have Blink stuff, they might not care about my Saga tokens very much. The pre-combat Wandering Emperor. Do they know that that's a instant type thing? Like, they could serve with both, and then if I block, they get to blow up my blocks with the Wandering Emperor. I want to activate and get my constructs, but I think this is a good turn to play this Urza. So a draw 7 would be bad with this Hull Breacher, and a Parallax Wave would be bad. Eagles of the North is not bad. Shadowy Backstreet. Why not take the Backstreet? So do they just like surveil and then concede? Maybe they were looking for something to re-in. I don't know what they were hoping for. Oh, I think they were making a stab at finding Echo because they had a Hull Breacher in play. I think they were like, well, I got a chance if I can bin Echo this turn, and then I can win. And then when they didn't find that, they were like, all right, I'm done. I think that's what that was. Yeah, a lot of times if you try to think through your opponent's lines, like, why would I make that sort of line? What would I be hoping for? Sometimes you can figure out cards in their deck or what their deck's trying for, what their hand looks like. Useful information. It's a puzzle and you're trying to backtrack through it. Oh, now that's a good... Did you have something you wanted to say, Caleb? Oh, that's I can't. Use your words. I don't know if I even want to flip this Brainstorm or flip this Tamiya. Oh, I'm not giving the option. Damn. Are we all having a good time? Yeah, not nearly as explosive of a start as I was thinking of. If that Tamiya had gotten to serve, then turn 2 I was going to go Candelabra, Clearing Academy. Just get to hold up Leak on their turn. Well, you could have the option of Brainstorm, flip, then Tamiya. I probably would have just like kept on serving to get my clue every turn, and like kept the Brainstorm up in case they tried to kill the Tamiya on a later turn. I think that would have been my plan. Just comfy and chilling? Hell yeah. Looks like 6 mana to me. Actually, less. Let's see. Papa Chifo said, I like Oceanic and want Wavering Radiant by Isis. Let's check out one of these. Oh, it's the name of the full album. I'll listen to a song. I like those echoey kind of drums. Forget the word for it. The radiance. Reverb. Yeah, it's like there's reverb and there's another thing too. Maybe it's just sustain. Not actually in a very good spot. How many 1-1s do I want? I think just the one. Sounds like when you stub your pinky toe on the coffee table leg. Yeah. Okay, so the issue with our position here is that we know our next land, draw is also a land. We'll see if that ends up mattering. They just announced the Pro Tour Hall of Fame's coming back. Very cool. Oh. Before my draw is nice. Thank you. Getting mana drained. Yeah. Bummer. Hello. That's a bold fucking draw 7. Get your cards on. You deserve it. Absolutely not. I don't even know what you're taking, but you can't have it. Hot diggity. Letting them blink Witch Enchanter is annoying, but I don't know if it's worth a Winds trigger. I guess or Mightstone Weakstone trigger, rather. I think I'm going to draw 2 off this. I don't know why I tapped the Mightstone. That is a fucked up force negation. Huh. Yeah, so open the Karn. So I was going to use the Karn to make a token here, and then the Manifold Key would have untapped the Staff. Candelabra would have untapped some mana, and I would have gotten to go another card deeper in the deck. I was very much looking forward to that Karn. No use attacking here with the One Ring protection. Oh, you're thinking of a different Karn, Soldanoka. This one just makes Karn Strucks, and the uptick draws cards. Back to you. Yeah, there's the old Ophelia. Real pretty stuff. I remember this track being pretty. Resetting the One Ring. Interesting. Not what I would have predicted here. Guess they're a little worried about their life total. Glad they didn't have a draw 7. Not quite in that lethal range. Uh. I say as they add a counter to their One Ring. So we're 1 damage short of. Oh, there it is. Oh, fun little league. Do I sign up for this or do I not sign up for this? I'm going to set an alarm. I'll set an alarm and I'm probably going to get up for that.